Hello and welcome to a quick overview of how to use the Home Builders Safety Resource. The first thing you want to do is navigate to your web browser. Okay, once you do that, you can use Chrome, Explorer, whatever you want to use. Once you get there, then you need to go to your Home Builder site, and on there they'll have a button. That button will take you to the Safety Resource. And when you go to the resource, this is the page you'll come to first. You will see these images here, and if you scroll over the images, in this case landscaper, manufacturer, plumber, painter, whatever occupation that you do, whatever's closest to what you're looking to accomplish, if you select that, in this case let's go to cement, it will bring up your individual page by occupation. So now when you come into this, you'll see several things. On the right side over here you will see a video that you can watch. So usually a short video, in this case a couple minutes long, of a item that's related to your industry or your occupation. Small little safety video. On the left over here you start our guides. The first thing here is a guide to using the information on this site. If you click and open this guide, it will bring you here. Now this you can print if you wanted to up here in the top corner, or you can download as well. You can download this version, but these are instructions on what this resource does for you and how to use the resource. So if you'll go and look, there's an overview down to some training resources, and it just shows you the different elements. Now I'm going to take you through it, but you can also print this document out and use this as a way to guide yourself through. Now go back to your page. The next thing down is training resources. These are actually trainings. So if you needed, in this case, a training on flagger safety, you simply click it, enter your information for your company, X, Y, Z, their name, Pete, Peters, okay, your email address if you want to receive or a document email to you saying that you registered. It's not necessary, and then just hit submit. When you do, it'll bring you to a page that looks like this. On this page you'll see safety training video and safety training test. If you will go to the safety training video, it will take you to the video that you're going to watch. Now you can click it and watch it here, or you can expand it to full screen. So if you watch the video here, it'll give you,
Welcome to Flagger Safety Training.
alright, and once you've watched the video, if you'll go back to the page that you were on and you go to the safety training test, you simply take the test. This is an easy way to get your training accomplished. Now if you do this and you take this test, if you pass the questions, you will get a certificate at the end of this. Alright, let's go back to the page that we were on. Alright, so these are links to some quick training programs for you. Now the different occupations may have different training programs, so if you need more, you can either go to the other occupations or go down here to additional training available. When you click on here, you'll have a listing of all the trainings available, and these trainings are specific to the home builder industry, such as fall protection, that is specific to home builders, electrical and lockout tagout specific. So if you go in here, and these are the same way you do the training, just like I showed you before, just click on these links and it'll take you to it. Now let's go back to your page again. You can also link over to the OSHA industry guide for your industry, or just the OSHA standards themselves. Now if you go on down this page, you will see a section here on policies. Now this section is basically a folder, so you go and pick the safety policy that you need. Let's say you needed a policy on electrical safety. It will come up here and you can download this policy. When you download it, it's in an editable version. You just change the company name to be your company name, change any particulars you want to, and you have a policy. Again, follow the guide of that document I showed you first, the guide on how to do this and what the purpose of that is. Alright, now the next one down here is JSAs. These are your job safety analysis. If you want to go down here and you see one for, let's say, electrical tile saw. If you're going to operate an electrical tile saw, here is a JSA for that. It tells you what it is, job steps, and then it also gives you potential hazards, during these job steps. If you get down to cutting the product, you could have flying objects and dust. You should have a safety glasses and a dust mask. So this will show you, again, job steps, potential hazards, and recommendations to prevent those. And they usually have a second page, or at the bottom of the first page, a place for you to review this with your employees, and they can sign off that you've reviewed this with them. That'll help you if OSHA shows up on your job site. Alright, let's go back again. So that's what the JSAs are. You can go through these. There's many of them in here for you, so you can go right through those. The next thing is SDS. Now you may have known it is a Material Safety Data Sheet, an MSDS, but it's changing to SDS. Well, we've put some common ones in here. Now, these may not be the ones you need for your industry, but you can go down here and look and see. I mean, wasp spray, joint compound. So you can scroll down and see all the different ones, motor oil and mineral spirits. And you simply pop these up. An MSDS sheet, and this isn't a training class, but an MSDS sheet is basically information about a chemical and precautions to take and what happens to you if you breathe it in or skin contact. It's, MSDS sheets are required for you to have on your job sites. Again, refer to the first document. And let's go back. On this side over here, you will see quick talks for your employees, like toolbox talks, and we've got a bunch of them here in English. If you needed one on, let's say, chain, shackles, and slings, you could click on this, and it's a quick talk that you can give your employees in the morning, like a toolbox talk or a tailgate talk or however you want to call it. And basically you review this with them, and when you do, have them sign off on a roster sheet or a piece of paper saying that you reviewed this, and this counts towards training, or can count towards training. We have some in Spanish, not as many, but a lot, and then a few in Vietnamese. We don't have a whole lot in Vietnamese. We're going to try to populate some more, but it's hard to get those information. And then down here on the bottom, on the right side, you got forms and documents. This is where you'll find like a scissor lift assessment form, a blank JSA if you need one for that, some general information, daily forklift inspections, just some forms and documents you may need. And there's a bunch of stuff in here, so if you just kind of plow through this, you can see what they are. All right. And then down below that, you got videos. Here's several videos that are industry specific for you guys on different things that you may need to look at. So any of these videos, they're not like the trainings. These are quick videos to give you an idea of some quick preventative ways of doing things. They don't include a test with them or anything like that, but you could watch these or have you guys watch these or present them as a toolbox talk. This is a good way to get some really great information. So you can see very quickly on the site you have a lot of information. Now, if you will follow this guide and you'll make a safety policy manual, you'll have your JSAs, you'll have your MSDS sheets available, and you can do some training for your employees, both real training through the computer or tailbox talk kind of trainings. Then when OSHA shows up, you will have everything they are asking for. Not everything, but you'll have most everything that you need as far as OSHA goes. But also, you'll have trained your workforce. You'll make a better, safer workforce, and you won't have accidents and injuries, which cost you a lot of money. So, this is a great resource for you to use, quickly compile everything in one place. And if you have any additional questions, please talk to your local groups. All right. Thank you for your attention.